Hey, this is Yugioh with the last part on how to save, make, and lose money through Yugioh. So the first two parts was on impulse buying and binders, and the last part, simply put, will be predictions. And this can range from anything from sneak peeks to ban lists to, just Konami screwing you over with its structure decks. So Order of Chaos is coming out in a week, and the sneak peek is, today, tomorrow, and the next day. And if you do go, you are going to see some really, really inflated prices. And if you do pull anything good, anything someone wants, I suggest you trade or sell it right there and then. Because in a week's time, if you try to sell it then, you're not going to get that much. You're not going to get as much as that guy or that person offered you at the sneak peek. And if you do want something, just give it a week. Prices will go down. Well, at least at first. It could even go, past the sneak peek price. But that's going to take a month or two, after people have one with the deck, one with those cards. So if you need something, if you want something, just give it a week. You're not going to run it that week anyways. So the next thing is Konami and structure decks. So, Konami releases structure decks a couple times a year. And if you look at the OCG, the last one I can remember of this was the Fairy deck. And in the OCG, they had Christia, and when we knew about that, our Christias fell to, 10s and 15s. And when we got it a month later, we got Athena instead. And so, if you try to get a Christia right then and there after, the deck came out, it was going to cost you like 50, 60 somewhere to get one Christia. And say you got just two Christias because it's limited or semi-limited. So you got two Christias, it cost you just say $100. And 2 weeks later, it got reprinted as a super in a tin or announced as a super. And you go to sell your Christias and they're worth about 20 a piece. So you just lost, $60 in 2 weeks? So if you see something in a structure deck from Konami in Japan, just don't believe it. If it's something really outstanding, because Christia at the time it wasn't reprinted at all, and it still was a pretty decent value card. So if you see something that's a little bit too good, a little bit too high, just don't anticipate it. Don't sell your copies just yet. And if you do have a copy of something then, just wait till it is released a week later, a month later. It will go back up a little bit. It's not going to be as low as if you sold it when it was just announced. And the very last part is, the most in-your-face ones would be Blackluster Soldier and Tour Guide. But there's a lot of other examples, but those two are the main ones that everyone knows and everyone, thought about. Because when Blackluster Soldier came out in Gold Series, every other person thought, oh, it's going to get unbanned. But not that many people went out of their way to buy it. It was only $10 when it was in Gold Series, when it was banned. When it got unbanned or limited, it jumped to, 35s at first? High 20s to low 30s. And Tour Guide, it's just the main prime example. When it was out, it was 30s. When Generation Force came out, it was 150s. It's just, if you know it, if everyone knows it, and no one cares about it, you should, if you have a little bit of money, just, buy one, buy two. Because when it first comes out, it's not going to be worth much. More recent one would be Wind Up, most Wind Ups, like Factory, Hunter, Zen mains, yeah. When they first came out, they weren't that high. They were They were pretty cheap actually for their effects. Zen mains was 30, Hunter was maybe 3-4, and Factory was about 3-4. And now if you want to get place of any one of those, it's going to cost you a lot more. So this pretty much concludes my video. Other parts, there are a lot of other parts, but I'm not going to really go into them. With those, it's a bit more off of YouTube, more into eBay, more into stuff like that. So this is Yugioh signing off, and thanks for watching.